Good afternoon, everybody. It's Tim chasing bolts. Hadn't talked to you in a while, but haven't had much to talk about, really. We do now. Right now, you're looking at that's what we're looking at here. That's me right here. Let me show you. There. Yep, that's me. That's where I'm at. Let's see if I can leave it closer there. But I am sitting right here in the marina at Panama City, looking at the rain, obviously. Looking at the rains from Category 2 Hurricane Helene. So this is kind of what it looks like. We've gotten about 1.5 inches of rain so far today since midnight, and I think they're going for 5 inches of rain today. So we'll see what happens. But if you look down here on my screen here, this is Radar Omega. That's me in the circle there with the dog. That's not my dog. I love that dog. That's Jinx, and he was like my favorite dog on Twitter. So anyway, you don't want to hear about that. But what we're looking at here is a whole lot of mess. We just had a tornado warning that was right in this area right here, but it just canceled. It went away. That's probably what's going to be happening all day today. Tornado warning is going to pop up. We're going to get these spin ups coming off of this hurricane. They don't live very long. They spin up, they come down, they touch, and they go right back up. And that's all because of the wind directions are shifting so quickly that they just don't have a uniform. I guess tornadoes are they like to stay in the same kind of like wind field, wind speed, wind direction, especially. Any change in wind direction, a tornado usually tears it down. So they form, they spin, and then as soon as it takes a slight jog to the northeast or the northwest, it just falls apart and goes away. But yeah, this is kind of what we're looking at here. Let me see if I can put this in motion. So this is a close-up view, but you can kind of see so you see how those are rotating, how those clouds are rotating around. Well, imagine a tornado in that. It likes to go in the same direction. It's very uniform. They like to stay in the same direction, and as soon as that direction changes a little bit, the tornado gets shredded and torn apart, and it goes away. But yeah, the tornado was like right there, and it's gone now. But as you can see how those clouds are rotating through, it just shifts away. It's kind of like coming from the south, and all of a sudden it starts to go more towards they start to bend northwest. So anyway, that's gone. So let's spread it out a little bit here. Let's get a little wider view. So there it is. And there's Helene right there. There's the eye. It is I don't want to say it's symmetrical eye, but it's the best that eye has looked so far. And it actually looks like it's getting a little bit bigger. It looks like it may be going through it looks like it's either going to be hitting let me see, let me look at it again here. It may be regenerating. Usually when they regenerate, they get stronger. Right now it's a Category 2. They're projecting this to be a Category 4 at landfall. And landfall is going to be right up in here. Yeah, it's going to go right through here probably. Here's Tallahassee. You see right there. Tallahassee's going to get hit hard. Hate to say it. They got some gorgeous oak trees there, some big live oaks in downtown Tallahassee and over by the Florida State campus. It's just gorgeous. It looks like St. Andrews used to look before Hurricane Michael hit and tore them all down. So Tallahassee's going to kind of go through the same thing. But that right there, this section through here, they're going to get a surge of 15 to 20 feet possibly. That is a 20-foot wall of water that's going to come right through here. And that area is very low lying. Fortunately, it's not a very heavily populated area, so it shouldn't have any, there are some people there, and I hope they've evacuated by now. Those people are experienced. They know what they're doing. They've been through these before, so they probably have evacuated by now. Somebody else texted me. I'll get back to them. But as that eye gets closer, this area, you can see the kind of the movement now of it. As it takes that northeast turn, it's going to be more, it's kind of northeast right now, but I'm imagining that it's probably going to go more of a northeast. So if you're looking like at a compass, it's moving at about 10 to 15 degrees. It's probably going to start to shift to where it's going to be kind of more of a 20 to 25 degree, which doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, that's a huge difference. It's, probably 10, 15, 20 mile difference. But for a storm like this, that 15 to 20 mile difference is huge. This side of the storm, it's what they call the dirty side. This is the east side. This is where, as you can see, it's just piling up, and it's pulling up moisture from the water source, which is the Gulf of Mexico. And if you look over here to the west side, this is air. This air is being funneled around, but it's pulling down from the north, which is drier air. So that's why on the east side of the storm they call it the dirty side. That's why, because they're the ones getting the pull. They're the pull side, so they get all the rain. They get all the moisture being pulled in. On the west side, it's usually, not always, but usually it's dry air being pulled in. And you'll start to see this far left side of this eye start to erode away as drier air works its way into it and starts to make the western side of it looks like it shrinks. So now the other day when they were talking about this hurricane, they didn't really know where it was going to land. So they kind of say, well, it's going to be, somewhere in here. Well, as it's gotten closer, that cone has gotten thinner. So this map doesn't show the cone, but you can kind of get an idea of where it is going. But it's going. There was a map that came out the other day, and I can't remember who it was. It may have been the GFS. I think it was the GFS. The GFS has been saying all along that this was going to be a problem for the Big Bend area. Some other maps were saying, no, it's going to be more of a Forgotten Coast area. Just to let you know, the Forgotten Coast is right here. This is the Big Bend. So, just to help you out there when you hear them talk about it. Here, Forgotten Coast. Here, Big Bend. So, the other day, the National Weather Service and NOAA was thinking it was going to be up in this area, more of a, like this, it's going to go right through here. But the GFS has always been saying it was going to be here. And as we get closer and closer to landfall, the National Weather Service, I think, is starting to come more in line with what the GFS has been saying all along. So that's for this storm, okay? That doesn't always happen. Sometimes the GFS nails it, sometimes the Euro nails it, and sometimes, National Weather Service or, Storm Prediction Center, sometimes they nail that location. But this time, I do believe, and I've been saying it for a few days now, this area here needs to watch it. This is the same one, this is the same area that I think it was Hurricane Debbie back a few months ago, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, actually hit that area. But that was just a Category 1 or Category 2, and the size of that storm was nowhere close to the size of this one. This storm is massive. This is one big storm. Check this out. The other day I looked at it, and I measured it, and I took a measurement line in the app itself, in the Radar Omega app, and I went from the farthest north all the way, the north each corner all the way down the southwest, and it was over 1,000 miles. So we're talking a large storm. But you can you really see it now. I mean, this is a massive storm. But if you look this western side, see how it kind of straightens out and flattens out right there? It's because that dry air is starting to get pulled into it. So as long as you're on the west side of this storm, the further away from the eye you are, the less you're going to see, the less effects you're going to see. So when you start looking here, see if I can zoom it in a little bit. So here we are here in Bay County, okay? You know, the effects are tropical storm. We'll see tropical storm winds here. But the further west you go into Walton County, Okaloosa County, the further west you go, the less they're going to see. So, like around Destin, they're probably not going to get much. They're going to get some rain, but they're not going to see the winds because look, that winds they're getting the pull from them is going to be from the north, which is drier air. Well, relatively speaking, it's drier. The air up there is drier than what the south is. So that north side's pulling that dry air down. So it'll start to erode away on the western side of this storm, if that makes sense. So, all right, so let me take this out of this view and put it back to, let's see, let's go satellite, radar, let's go single site radar. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there I am right there in that circle. Right there is where I'm at. Right there where the doggy is. Okay, so let's put this puppy in motion. You'll kind of see these bands of rain. They've been coming. They started this morning, and I don't think this thing's going to stop until probably 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. Probably at 3 or 4 o'clock, our winds are going to start picking up. We'll start getting some decent gusts, and we'll probably see, you know, here we could get a gust up to 55 to 60, but the further west you go, like out here in Destin, I don't think they're going to see that high wind. They may get 20, 30 mile per hour winds, but that's about it. Not much more than that. So as you can look there, I mean, it's dry, and they're just now getting into some showers now. But again, that's on the western side. So if you look at this, this is the reflectivity mode. So everybody knows this view. They've seen it on TV before, the news. So you can see where the heavier rain is at. Definitely over here, but it's going to keep pulling. It's pulling it up. I mean, it's just, and all that there is down here is what? The Gulf of Mexico. What's the Gulf of Mexico? A large body of water, and it's just pulling that moisture up and over us. So we're going to have a pretty crappy day here today, but around 10, 11 o'clock tonight, I think the conditions will improve. And tomorrow, we're going to have a partly sunny day. It's going to be a little breezy, but, you know, it won't be that bad. We'll make it. We'll survive through this thing. See if I can take this thing out. Nah, I still can't see that. Still can't see the center of that eye. So let's see. Let me go back to here. See how far away we are. All right, so there she is, right there. And let's get a measurement. Let's see here, how far. All right, from Brinks to the eye. We're talking 217, about 218 miles away. So this thing moving northeast, it's going to go up in this direction here. Here, we'll probably stay under tropical storm warning. We might get 60 mile an hour wind gusts here, and that'll be later on this afternoon, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock or so, and then I think as the evening goes on, as this storm's moving pretty quick, so it won't be around long. But I can show you this. Check this out. Watch this. All right, so I'm going to go down here and get my little measurement tool, and I'm going to say, okay, how big are you? How big and bad are you? All right, there you go. There you go. 874 miles, gate to gate. That is huge. Look at the side. But look, again, if you look here at the east side, that dirty side, you see all that crap? Well, that's getting pulled right off the water. That west side is starting to eat away. That drier air is being pulled in and drying this thing out. But now, we also have a stationary front. This is the one that came through Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and eastern Tennessee yesterday. This is what brought all the showers and thunderstorms there. That's what I was telling people. The Atlanta area, North Carolina, South Carolina, upstate, and eastern Tennessee, it's almost like there was two phases, two stages of this. You had a cold front, which is here, that came through and brought the rain yesterday. Today, while this has become stationary, this is now where you're getting your rain from. So the first system that came through was the cold front. That was your showers and thunderstorms. Today, you're actually getting the effects from Helene. Now, what's going to happen is this front is going to become stationary. It's not going to move. This hurricane is basically going to come towards this, and you can kind of see how the orientation of that front is. Well, that's kind of the path that Helene's going to take. It's going to kind of follow that. So as it gets closer to the cold front, it's going to start to turn more and start to travel northeast. That's why this storm didn't go straight north. Now, if that cold front wasn't there, if it was, say, further west, if it was out through Mississippi and further west, you know, we may have a problem here in Panama City. This storm may have hit us. It would have taken more of a, probably a northeast and maybe a north movement. So while here in Panama City we're lucky, but people further east, they're not lucky. They're going to get hit. They're probably going to get Cat 3, possibly Cat 4. I saw some stuff out there on the interwebs about Cat 5, and I just don't see that happening. I don't think it's going to hit Cat 5. But we'll see. So, I don't know. Y'all say a prayer for these people over here. They're gonna get walloped. So, alrighty. So, looking outside, there's the crap, and we're gonna be in this crap all day long. The winds will start to increase probably the next couple hours, and we may get some gust up near 55, 60 mile an hour gust, which for here we can survive that. It's fine. We've seen that before. So, that's it. All right. I hope y'all have a good day. Stay dry. Stay safe. You folks in Georgia, upstate of South Carolina, North Carolina, get ready for it. It's coming. And you're going to be dealing with a lot of rain. And you're going to be getting some, especially up in northeast Georgia, you're going to be dealing with the upslope. So, or graphic lift. You're going to have some problems up there. So, the ground's going to be completely saturated, and it won't take much to blow big trees over it. So, y'all just stay safe, be careful. Alrighty? Anything pops up here, anything gets bad, I'll probably grab the GoPro and go running around. Alright? Get some shots of it. Alright, y'all have a good day. Try to stay dry. It's Tim, chasing bolts. I'll talk to you later. Bye.